set. Mean like one set we will do it 8 to 10 minutes, and then we will rest for 30 seconds to 1 minute, and then do it again. Okay, these exercises it will strengthen your shoulder muscle. So before I taught you another exercises, let's watch a video on how to do it properly. Okay. So the next exercises that I will teach you is shoulder abduction. Okay, this exercise is also same. The starting position is in sitting position. Okay, as it name, it target your shoulder muscle, but this time, we will move our hand away from the body. Uh, your elbow is flexed, is bent to 19 degree, and then you will lift up your elbow until it reach with the same level of your shoulder. So we will do it these exercises for 8 to 10 repetition for the set same as the first exercises. So let's watch the video uh, about the proper form and the make and the technique, the correct technique to do it. And the last one for the upper limb exercises is wall push up. As it name, okay, we will need a wall to do these exercises, but this exercise will be done in standing. Okay, first find a wall, and then flatten out your arm, and then make it fully contact with the wall, and then your feet placement is one foot away from the wall, and then make sure that you standing is the same width with your shoulder, and then slowly bend your elbow toward the wall, and then slowly push the wall away from your body, and or straighten your elbow back. Okay, we will do it these exercises for 8 to 10 repetition for 3 set. So let's watch the video on how to do it uh, correctly.
Thank you, Brother Jahan. Now, I want to teach you simple exercises for lower body. A gentle reminder that I like to mention, if you have cardiac conditions, please do it minimally and stop when you feel tired. So the first exercise for lower body that I will be teaching is seated knee extension. So this exercise target the quadriceps muscle, which is the muscle on our frontal thigh. So the procedure is, first we need to sit upright on a chair, with your knees bent. Then we need to lift foot in the air and straighten the knee. If the exercise is too easy, hold the leg up for 10 seconds and you need to check for the contraction just above the knee. So to check it, place a hand just above the knee on the thigh of the same side and feel for the muscle contraction when you straighten your knee. So adding resistance on the ankle will strengthen the quadriceps further. So for this exercise, you need to repeat it 10 times on both sides per sets and do it 3 sets daily. So in simple term, you just need to sit down and just straighten your leg, but one at a time, and repeat it 10 times per set and do it 3 sets daily. So let's watch the video first. Next, we move to the second exercise, which is seated hip flexion. The targeted muscle for this exercise is iliopsoas muscle, the muscles that helps in bending our hip, gluteus maximus, butt muscle, quadriceps, our frontal thigh muscle. So how to do it? First, we need to sit upright on a chair with both feet on the floor. Then march your legs one by one by lifting one knee up and down. Alternate between right and left legs and repeat it 10 times per set and do it 3 sets daily. So if you find this explanation is a little bit complicated, you just sit down on a chair and march slowly while sitting down. Do it 10 times both sides per sets and do it 3 sets daily. Let's see the video first. And the last exercise that I will be teaching, no, that's not the last. The third exercise is sit to stand exercise. So this exercise target our quadriceps muscle, which is the muscle on our frontal thigh. So this exercise, if you want to do it, you need to stand up and sit down from a chair without using your arms to help. It is preferable if you put your hand on your chest like this. Cross your hand on your chest. If you find the exercise is too easy, you can lower the height of the chair or bend your legs until your bottom touch the seat and then stand back up. If the exercise is too hard, just increase the height of the chair. Same for all exercise. Repeat the exercise for 10 times per sets and do it 3 sets daily. And last exercise for lower body is straight leg raise. So this exercise targets muscle on our frontal thigh, which is quadricep muscle, and muscle that help in bending our hip, which is iliopsoas muscle. So how to do it? First, you need to lie on a bed and keep one leg straight and lift it off the bed. Repeat it 10 times on both sides. And if you find this exercise is too easy, hold the leg up for 10 seconds. If you want to straighten your quads further, just add resistance like weight cuff on the ankle. And do it 3 sets daily on both sides.
Okay, last but not least, as you can watch the video just now, at the end of the video, it mentioned that about jogging, running, swimming, and walking. Okay. Just now, all that Brother Izzat and I have taught you guys is about the strengthening exercises. Those exercises targeted for specifically for the muscle strength. So how about our cardiorespiratory function? The main effect for post COVID-19. So we will do what we call as endurance exercises, where these exercises it will put burden or it put stress on your cardiorespiratory, as these exercises will challenge your body to take oxygen more to supply the body during the exercises. So first, before we progress to the advanced stages, usually endurance exercises for those who have recovered from COVID-19, we will firstly make sure that the vital sign is stable first. So in this case, the vital sign is heart rate, the blood pressure, the oxygen saturation, and then make sure that all these vital sign is stable before doing exercises and after exercises. If you are having difficulty even when doing your activity daily living, such as eating or bathing or cleaning, you have difficulty in maintaining your breathing pattern, make sure that you train your body using the correct breathing technique that we have taught you earlier, which are the first sleep breathing, the fragmented breathing, huffing and coughing. So when you have stable your cardiorespiratory health have stable, you can do the endurance exercises, or we call it as aerobic exercises, in moderate with low intensity as to cope with your current body health. We want make sure that you are stable first, because we want to avoid any complication as your cardiovascular health is low, and if you force it to do these exercises, you will feel paler, or your skin will turn blue, or you will easily syncope fainted while doing the exercises. We want to avoid that. So make sure that your vital sign is stable first before doing this high difficulty exercises. So first, we will do brisk walking, whereby we will walk for a distance like 500 meter or 300 meter or 100 meter, but we will do it uh, slowly and steady. So the first session, we can do it for 10 minutes. If you have any difficulty to maintain your health, to maintain the breathing, or you easily feel tired, just maintain to brisk walking only for 10 minutes. But doing this 10 minutes, and then slowly increase it 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and 25 to 30 minutes. Make sure that you cannot force your body to accept the longer duration or the difficulty that you want to do, because we want to avoid complication to your cardiovascular health. Other than brisk walking, you can do community exercise program such as yoga or any tai chi. These exercises also training your endurance level, and it will also relieve your pressure, as these exercises is promote muscle relaxation. So I will pass to Brother Izzat to demonstrate about the height level or the height intensity, or we call it height difficulty of endurance exercises.
Okay, so it's actually not high intensity, but if you can tolerate walking, you may ready to begin jogging, swimming, biking, or other activities. So, First, start your chosen activities. You can choose between anything, jogging, swimming, biking. You can choose anything that you like and start at a slow pace for 10 minutes. Then you can increase your pace for 1 minute before returning it to the starting pace again for another 5 to 10 minutes. So choose your exercise, do your exercise for 10 minutes, then increase the intensity of the exercise or pace for 1 minute, and then after that take it back to the starting pace for 10 minutes and repeat it until you are able to do these intervals for 30 minutes or more. So that is how you can progress the endurance exercise.
Okay, thank you so much to Brother Jihan and Brother Izat. So I recap back the exercises that we can practice to overcome the fatigue problems such as you can strengthen your upper body, you can strengthen your lower body, and you can also do endurance exercises. Okay, so as usual to all our participants, if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box, and don't forget to fill in the attendance form that we have put in the chat box. And before I proceed to the last question, I would like to say a big thank you to our head of physiotherapy department, Dr. Azlina, and thank you too to all our lecturers for spending your time to join our webinar today. So the last question to Brother Jahan. May I know when should we begin to do all the home exercise program that we talked before?
Okay. According to an article in BMJ, it's important to return to exercise after recovered from the COVID-19 at least 7 days free of COVID-19 symptom, and to begin with at least 2 weeks of minimal exertion with minimal moderate exercises. So basically, when we do not exercises after we have been recovered from COVID-19, the side effect or the complication of the COVID-19 symptom will be prolonged in our body. It will stay in our body, such as like I said, mainly on our cardiovascular health. If we don't train the breathing technique, we will easily get tired easily, even doing a simple task. You will feel easily get attacked by shortness of breath, even when we are doing a simple task that we do not have to do require any force to do it. So it is important to do exercises after we have recovered from COVID-19. So it doesn't that the late the more earlier you do the exercises is better, since it will help to cope with your side effect or complication of the COVID-19 symptom. But make sure that you will do it slowly and steady and slowly increasing it to regain your health back. So the most suitable time is, just like I said, is at least 7 days free. So make sure that you train your muscle, you train your breathing technique first, and then like I said, before you progress to endurance, make sure your vital sign are stable, your heart rate, your oxygen. We will do it all the exercise. We reach our normal health condition prior or before the COVID-19, before we been diagnosed with the COVID-19. So I think that's all from my opinion for the question. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much to both of our panels for the great explanations. It was a very good sharing session that we had just now. So now let's proceed to the Q&A session. Now I open to all the audience. If you have any questions, you can unmute your microphone or write the questions in the chat box. So we have two questions here in the chat box, so I will read. The first question is from Fatin Afika, from third year student of Kuliah of Pharmacy. She wants to ask that for the normal person, is there any benefits if we do breathing exercises, such as may help in increasing lung capacity, or the breathing exercises is specifically for COVID-19 patient only? Thank you. Either one of you can answer it.
Can I answer it?
Yeah, sure.
So, Waalaikumsalam, Fatin Afika. So, actually, the breathing exercise is not for COVID-19 patient only. It's suitable for everyone. For example, is diaphragmatic breathing. Musician who use woodwind or brass like trumpet, saxophone, and so on, they usually they practice the diaphragmatic breathing when they play the instrument, because the diaphragmatic breathing can increase the lung capacity, and by practicing diaphragmatic breathing, it will decrease your effort when you are breathing. So that's why many musicians practice this breathing technique when playing their instrument. And other than that, for huffing and coughing, sometimes we maybe feel something on our throat. We say like gata tekak. We may feel that, and it's not for COVID patient only. Even me, when I'm waking up, I may feel something on my throat. So I can practice the huffing and coughing technique to remove the secretion. And for sleep breathing, so the main function for sleep breathing is to reduce your respiratory rate. You may breathe faster. When you breathe faster, you can practice the sleep breathing technique, because it will help you to calm down and slow your respiratory rate. So you don't, if you feel panic or anything, you can practice the sleep breathing. So this breathing exercise is not only for COVID patient. We can all practice it if we have the symptoms or the problems that are stated just now. So I think that's it for the question.
Okay, thank you, Brother Izzat. Now, I hope Fatin Afika understand. Okay, now let's proceed to second question from Asanul Fikri. He asked, after COVID-19, if we or the patient only has weakness at upper limb, can the patient do both exercises for upper and lower limb? Please,
Okay.
Brother Shine.
For the question asked about the regarding can we can either they do both exercise for upper limb and lower limb. For their concern right now, they has weakness at their upper limb, so they should focus more on doing the exercises on their upper limb or on their upper body part. But it's not wrong if they want to do exercises to strengthen their lower limb. So basically, what I want to say is that we need to set our priorities first. We need to set our goal first. So based on our goals, like Brother Salifikri just asked, based on the main problem, he has weakness at the upper limb. So he should focus more to strengthen the upper body first, and upper body first, and then he can do exercises for lower limb. It's not wrong to do both exercises simultaneously, but we should know our priorities first, whereby we will
Clear? Okay, next we have question from Dr. Sawana. She has a few questions. So the first question is, until when the patient needs to engage with the exercises shown in the slides? Second question is, if the patient suffer from general weakness over the lower limbs, is it possible to do the endurance exercises? And the last question, any recommendation to increase exercises engagement in patient post COVID-19? Maybe Brother Izzat can answer the first question first.
So the first question is, until when the patient need to engage with the exercises shown in the slide? So for exercises, there's no like time that you need to stop. You can practice it even after you have gained your strength, you have improved your breathing pattern. You can practice it. There's no specific time. And um, wait, I think that's it. You don't have you can practice it even after you have uh what gain your strength, improve your breathing pattern, but maybe you can increase the load for the strengthening exercise. So that's it, I think.
For the second question, if the patient suffer from general weakness over the lower limbs, is it possible to do the endurance exercises? Maybe Brother Rujan can answer it.
Endurance exercises mainly targeted the whole body and mainly targeted the cardiovascular health. But if the patient suffer from general weakness over the lower limbs, the patient should strengthen their lower limb first because whenever they have general weakness on the lower limb, it could affect their balance and their stability. So when they are doing the endurance exercises, it could affect their safety because endurance exercises requires long duration with low intensity. So if the patient does not have a great stability or doesn't have a great muscle strength to maintain their balance, it will affect the outcome. It will affect the process during the endurance exercises. So make sure that general muscle body power is able to maintain their body strength, and then they can proceed with the endurance exercises. But if the patient need also want to do the endurance exercises, they can do it, but with safety measures. Like they will do it with their friend, they will do it their friend, with their family, with their guidance from their loved one, because to protect, to avoid any uh, possibility from them to be injured while doing the endurance exercises. So I think that's all from me for the question number 2.
Okay, for question number 3, any recommendation to increase exercises engagement in patient post COVID-19?
So to increase the engagement, uh, the exercise that we explained just now in the slide is all the exercise that we can do anywhere as long as we have chair, as long as we have bed. Even the patient at home, we can do the exercise anywhere because it is a home exercise program that the patient can practice it even at home or even in ward. So the exercise has no limited what it can be applied anywhere. Even the patient can do it in the bed at home.
Okay, thank you, Brother Izzat. And maybe this is our last question. What is the oxygen saturation reading that is good for post-COVID patient before he starts to exercise?
Okay. What is the oxygen saturation reading? Okay. Normally our body will shut down, or our body will the health uh, the medical authorities will put us to sleep whenever our oxygen saturation is below than 80. So for the patient that have oxygen saturation starting from 90, the first exercises that they could do is the breathing exercises, whereby just like I said, when you doing the sleep breathing, when you doing the diaphragmatic breathing, it will strengthen your breathing muscle. It will increase the oxygen diffusion rate in your lung, so it will improve your oxygen saturation in your body. So for before starting the exercises like strengthening exercises or aerobic exercises or endurance exercises, make sure that your oxygen saturation reading is above 95. Is the most suitable to do that exercises. But if your oxygen saturation is below the 95, below the 95%, you should focus more on to increase your oxygen saturation by doing the breathing exercises that we just taught just now. So I think that's all from my opinion for the question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Rehan. Okay, last question. What happened if the post-COVID patient did not do any exercises after the infection? Can the muscle strength retain normally by time, or they still need to do the exercise? The exercise.
So, if you don't do the strengthening exercise, first after 2 weeks, the muscle exercise will decrease, and after that, after 2 weeks, muscle exercise will decrease, and after that, the muscle will go for atrophy. The muscle will become smaller in mass, and the strength will follow the muscle mass. Small muscle mass will cause weakness of the muscle. So the muscle that strengthening exercise is compulsory to regain back your strength. So there's no other way. You need to do the exercise, you regain your strength. If you do not do the exercise, it will cause weakness and atrophy of the muscles. That's it.
Alright, thank you very much. So basically to avoid our body function to come weak, so we need to do the exercises. Okay, everyone, before we end our program today, I have prepared a game for you. Please bear with us just for a little bit. This game session will be conducted by my friends. Please welcome Sofa.
Thank you, Tara. Hello and assalamualaikum everyone. I hope you guys enjoy the invitation and the informative just now conducted by moderator and the speakers from the today, which are my friends. So right now, I'm going to take over for us to have just a short little conversation and before us to recap on what we have just now and maybe just for testing your general ability. Okay? Alright. And you guys want to review? Can we ask you them? Alright. Okay, so alright, now may I enter the code number or send the QR code to join. only, even though there are lots of meanings, right? What is the practice role during COVID-19 pandemic? What do you think is the answer? Yeah, maintain functional ability. Okay, next. Oh, okay. Next question. Choose symptom occurred to complication. What do you think? Always hungry? Just always hungry. Alright. Next. And then choose the most often common lasting symptom occurred to COVID patients. So highly now, leading the board. Okay, you know the different stages of COVID-19 by different treatments and interventions. You know about it? Yes or no? Yes. No. It's yes. Alright. Next question. What is the breathing exercise for COVID patients? Sorry. Alright. Guys, listening, of God. Come on, everyone. Choose the breathing exercise during exercise. What is it? I think that's what it is. Why do you need to follow something Why? Let's just keep going. How many repetitions do you need to for doing exercises? Only 5 times. Yes, 5 times only. You don't want to overwork your muscle. Okay. Alright, the next question. Let's take a deep breath. Yay! Next. Choose the vaccines used to help prevent and build immunization with COVID-19 virus. Why? question? What is the latest variant from COVID-19 coronavirus? Is it orange? I don't know. I think it's orange. I think it's orange. Okay. Oh, me! Yeah, you got it. You beat it highly. When was COVID-19 exercising? When? After the days? Or after the days? After 7 days? After 7 days. Yes, correct. After 7 days. Let's go. Oh, that's around. Hopefully, you get answers to that. Wow. Alright, so when COVID-19 can start aerobic and endurance exercise? I don't aerobic and endurance exercise. Yo, let's go. Yeah. The post-COVID-19 make you keep exercising fast. Why? Why do you think? Keep fit. And must be fit. Oh, yeah. It's not covered by the best trial. Let's go. Because we have a few more. Wow. Wrap up your toes. Let's go. Which part of the body you need to do the exercise? Yeah, it's your upper body and lower body. Right. You got it right. Perfect. Ooh, let's go. There's one more question. No, I know. You think it is good? That's right. Good. Oh! Nice. Sounds good. Yeah, that's all from us. Next time. Bye. Okay, thanks so much Zuma for conducting the game session. Okay, everyone, now we have reached the end of our program. To all participants, you may open your camera because now we would like to have a program session together. And what I forgot is specifically the background that we have with the sessions. Okay, now you